Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CM Analytics video session 277. So basically in today's video, we will continue with the application of semi-join. And in this video, we will of course resolve the error which we are getting in the previous video. And also we will try to understand one other scenario where we want to fetch the account which are having, let's say, more than three opportunities. Fine. So if we have those kind of scenario, how we can fetch that with the help of semi-join, we will try to understand. At first, the thing is that we will resolve this error. That's the first thing we need to do. So here, the mistake which I was making is like here, if you see the error is inaccessible dimension ID. Here I have to go for account ID, not an issue over there. Fine. So let me write account ID. We already got the result for this. So it is like 499 records are there, which is having at least one opportunity. Okay, that's what I saved this lens as, right? At least one opportunity. Okay. Now, that same thing we should get over here as well. If we just take the opportunity dashboard dataset, here, basically, instead of going for count, here instead of going for count, I need to go for unique of ID actually. That will give me the appropriate result of account ID. So that was a mistake which I was making. So here, let me write account ID, and here I need to write unique of, because at the end of it, I don't need the count because it will give me the number of opportunity IDs. I don't need that. I need the account ID count. Okay? So here, let me just write unique of account ID as count. I think that's it. Now let me run this query. Now, if you see over here, like we are getting 499, which is exactly matching with this as well. Okay. So here we got the same result. We got through opportunity dashboard data set as well. Right. Now, the question could be that if we can get that scenario via this opportunity, opportunity data set, then why we are particularly utilizing this account one, right? That would be one question which you might have. Just to answer that question, here you not only can get anything, the account ID, but you can get any information related to account. So for example, I know that these are my accounts which are having at least more than one opportunities for sure. You can check as well. For example, if I just copy this one and let's say I duplicate this and just paste it over here, you can check for one of the account ID as well. It will show you at least one opportunities for sure. So as you can see, at least one opportunity is there, which is fine. If you see that could be more than one opportunity, but at least one opportunity will be there. Here, the thing is that once you go for semi-join, you can fetch any fields related to account. So for example, right now, let's say you want to fetch name. Okay, I can fetch it easily over here, something which you cannot do in the previous one. So that's the beauty of this semi-join, where basically whichever is on your left side, in this case, the account, you can fetch any details, any fields related to that. So along with the ID, I can also fetch the account name and industry as well. Okay, so I can definitely save it once again. Now the same thing we can also do via co-group. So this semi-join, as we have understood over here, what I can do is I can always make it something like values table so that it doesn't shift to chart mode. Fine. So let me just save this. And also let me just save this one as well, this new lens which I created, where I am going to write. So I already know that these are like fetching my, so I can just comment this line, but that was just to ensure I get that count. And maybe I can remove this as well. Okay. I don't need this. I can run the query and I can fetch this as something like account records through opportunity. So whatever title I give, like account records, which give me at least one opportunity. Right? Of data set, and I can quickly fetch this one. Store in my private app. I can save it in SAQL. That's it. This one also I can just make it compare table. That is fine. So here it is. Just save this in the SAQL app. Now, the same thing you can also do, but with the help of co-group as well. So, for example, this account dashboard and opportunity dashboard, if I take the same thing once again. So, let me take the account dashboard. And over here, I will take the opportunity dashboard as well. Okay. And directly I will go to SAQL. Now, basically, what will happen over here? So, let me just write that basic query which I have written earlier. So, here it's like account. And here it will be like op, which is fine. Now I'm going for co-group. Okay. And of course, for co-group, I will go by account ID itself. So here, let me write account, and we will go for event join for obvious reason. And it will be op. But here, I'm going to go for account ID. So let me just copy this one, paste it over here. And for opportunity also, let me write the account ID as well. Okay. Now I can actually paste this one if needed. That's not an issue. Or I don't need so many details as well. Maybe I can just write the ID as of now, the account ID. Fine. So here, what I can write is I can write the account ID. But the only problem is I have to reference it with the help of account. Right. So it will be like account dot ID as ID. Similarly, here also account dot name as name. And here also it's like account dot industry. And I have to mention the term first because I've used the core group. So here I will just mention this term first. Same over here. In this case also. Okay, if I run the query, you see it's giving me the same result. We can quickly find the count as well. So I will just run this query very quickly. So let's say group it by all. And I want to find the sum of it. Let's see what's the count which is given. Here it is saying sum of count. Okay, let's see what's the error. Where sum of count. Okay. I think earlier I was finding the count as well. So let me just write unique of account ID as count. Okay. So I have to write that part unique of account ID as count. Hmm, What this can be. Okay, not an issue. What I can do is I can find the count as well. So that part we can do. So say this one count. So it will be like just fine. I got that number of rows as well. Okay, let me do one thing. I got a better idea. So let me just undo all this. And here, instead of writing unique, let me just take the count on you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write generate count as count. Because I want to find how many rows are coming at the end of the day, right? So that's it. And let me just because it's giving me the same result as well. So the whatever things we did this same join, you can do this with the help of O group as well. So it will give you the same result. So I will just run this query. And basically I will just save it with the same name, which is this one, that is account record having at least one opportunity, but with the help of O group, right? So here it will be O group. Save it in my SAQL. Okay, great. Now what we can do is we can also like take into consideration next steps. Let's say I want to find with the help of semi-join accounts which are having more than 10 opportunities is written in SAQL document, but maybe in my case, I will find more than 3 opportunities because I don't have any account which is having 10 opportunities. So let's say I'm writing the question as finding accounts which are having more than 10 opportunities. Okay. So how that can be done? Now I will just open this same data set. We'll open the opportunity dashboard as well. And go to SQL. Now here the code will be same as this one. Okay. So no doubt about it. So let me just copy this whole thing and let me just paste it over here. Now there will be some minute changes. Okay. A few changes will be there. Now in this case, let's say I want to find accounts which are having more than 3 opportunities. So I have to write certain extra code. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to write op equal to. Now in this case, it's a little bit written incorrectly because what they are doing is they are grouping by account ID and they are directly doing a semi-join, which doesn't work out fine. So for a semi-join, whichever is in your right, if you just do a group, it won't work out. We can check it as well from our side. So group of by our ID, but what we have to do is we have to generate that as well. So I will write op equal to for each of generate IDs count ID, right? And what else? Uh, so I think that's it. And of course, because I will be needing the count, so I'm going to write unique of. So in this case, it won't be unique. I need to find the count at the end of the day. Okay. So I'm going to write count as count. Now, if you see in this case, it will give me the complete count. So I'm just running this query up till here. It is giving me for each of the account only what is the count of opportunity ID, right? So for example, this account has this many opportunity IDs. But in my case, I need to find more than 3. So what I'm going to write is op equal to filter op by, and this maybe I can just write a count of op just to avoid confusion. Okay. So that's, and here it will be count of op more than 3. Okay. So now if I run the query, basically it will give me that complete count of account ID, which is having uh, more than 3 opportunities. And of course, I can also mention that account ID not equal to null because here also is giving the null which is having the account ID, right? So that extra condition also can be mentioned that. And account ID is not. Okay. Now, of course, after that, we can definitely do a semi-join. It won't be an issue. So let's say if I just remove this comment. Okay. And now let's say I just remove this part as well. So as you can see here, I have total 9 such accounts which are having at least 3 opportunities. Fine. So with the help of semi-join, we found out at least 9 accounts which are having more than 3 opportunities. So let me just save it. So account records having more than 3 opportunities. Okay. So that's it about this. We can verify this in our next video with the help of SAQL, and of course we can also write with the help of co-group how the code will look like. So yeah, that is all about this video. Let's meet very soon on next.